Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Butthole, butthole, butthole. Welcome back to the Bucs franchise here on Madden 24. As before I hop into a little bit of free agency, I saw that the Packers don't have a quarterback, so we're going to try to trade Tyler Huntley, our 23rd pick, which we got from the New England Patriots, and a second round pick for their 4th overall pick and the 36th overall pick, and almost there, not quite there yet. So we couldn't get the 1st overall pick, but we will still take we move up in the 2nd round and we trade Tyler Huntley away. It is what it is. So as we take a look at the signings, we signed Ryan Stonehouse, Elijah Mitchell to be the backup on a 2-year deal, Michael Pierce for a 1-year deal, Brandon Cooks on a 1-year deal, Marcus May, a 1-year deal, Levante David, we're bringing him back on a 1-year deal, Landon Collins, or either way, we're paying him a buttload of money to be our right tackle for a year. Quez Watkins for a 3-year deal. Michael Carter, a 2-year deal. We got a young fullback as well, and then a kicker. Well, we're going to go by position. Yeah, that's right. We signed Zach Wilson to a 1-year, $2 million deal. The 26-year-old, hopefully we can revive his career. We signed Elijah Mitchell. We signed Jamario Marion. Great name. Brandon Cooks and Quez Watkins to help out. Hunter Long to kind of replace, because we're going to start Julian at tight end. No guards. Really no. I mean, Lyle Collins is going to really help for a year. Defensive tackles, we got Justin Jones and Michael Pierce to help with the secondary. Benjamin, just to be a special teams guy, solid young piece. Levante David, and then at corner Michael Carter, and then we signed Eddie Jackson as well. As we take a look at prospects, we have the 3rd overall pick, Brent Skinner, who sounds like he belongs in a band, is an absolute beast, a 4.29 at the combine, and then he ran a 4.25 at the College Pro. Now, we don't know how accurate. He's got a 37-inch vertical. I think we might, hopefully, if he falls at 3, we might have to take him because he's an absolute freak of nature. The next guy, potentially Brandon Wilkins. 4.4, 4.3, still really good. Acceleration, agility, elite. 35 to 34-inch vertical. Either way, he seems to be a freak of nature as well. Pat Barry, which he's got good speed, but his throw power is elite. His A awareness, he may not be the best carrier. Deep accuracy is not the best. Throwing the run's not the best, but he might be the best quarterback we might get. But then I'm also looking at Logan, because Logan seems to be very elite. Great speed, jumping, change of direction. Maybe not the strongest, but he seems to be a very, very, very solid guy. And then I think Jake Wilds, in terms of quarterbacks, he's not the quickest guy in the world. Oops, I meant to do quarterbacks. And then maybe Chris Bolton could be the guy. We might see him come in. I don't know, because it seems like Pat Bolton is the guy, but we don't know where he's gonna land per se. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure. I mean, we might look at wide receivers, even though we may not need one. I don't think it will hurt to look at them. Obviously, Nelson, Calhoun seems to be solid. I think Evan Bayless could be good. Trey Clancy, Hayden Graham. We don't know, but it seems like this is a very, very heavy defensive, because we do have a lot of 2nd round picks, so we can take a lot of these guys with the 1st, 2nd round tags, So that's the thing, is where do we want to go? Because I'm leaning, because it seems like a very, very heavy cornerback class. Because, I mean, look at that. Not to say our secondary was the worst, but wasn't the best either. So, it's going to be very, very interesting, but we're going to make some draft day trades right now. Look at, because we did put Pat Freiermuth on the trading block, we could get a superstar X Factor wide receiver, second round pick, third, fourth, which I would love, but I don't know if I'm going to completely cheat like that. Owen Gunn, another good young wide receiver. Again, I'm tempted to do that, but not really. Tyrone Wright, we do need pass rush, but like, I'm not going to do Darnell Wright. Like, to me, that just seems very, very silly. But like Owen Gunn, maybe. TJ Stevenson, maybe. Michael Craig, Adoree Jackson, DeForest Buckner. We're going to go with this. So we get a 2025 fifth round pick, sixth round pick, and a left guard because I think we need to bulk up on our offensive line. So we're going to take this trade. We are going to make a trade White and a second round pick for a younger back in Jamario Matthews. So now Jamario Matthews, superstar, only 23 years old. He's a young running back. I don't hate that trade at all. And we send Corey Davis to the Patriots for next year's sixth round pick. So without further ado, let's get into the draft with the first overall pick. Logan McGrath is going to go to New Orleans. That was the guy that we wanted. Pat Cleveland is going to the Denver Broncos. Much as I love Mr. Pat, we're going to go with Brent Skinnard, third overall, 92 acceleration, 95 agility, 94 change of direction, 88 jumping, 97 speed, and hidden from Michigan. And guess what? We traded Jalen Johnson because we're that high on Skinnard, the Pats pick and the second round pick for the fourth overall pick. So I think you know what we're going to do here. Mr. Pat Barry out of Ole Miss, 83 acceleration, 77 agility, 78 change of direction, 83 speed, and 96 throw power. The 6'3", 232 kid out of Ole Miss. We have 3 straight picks right now, so we can go anywhere we want with these picks. We don't need a quarterback, even though Andrew Witter seems to be pretty solid. We did trade maybe Cameron Roaster, maybe, but I feel like it's too early to pick a guy like that. Maybe Jacoby Burge, but like we don't really need. I mean, our wide receivers are not great, but they're not terrible. As we keep on going through the big board, maybe Ronnie Reed. I don't think Ronnie Reed would be terrible. Maybe Randall Darney, Will Gills. Seems like Manny McGee, Lorenzo Young. Maybe. Terrell Jennings. We do need left outside linebacker. That is huge. But also, I wouldn't complain about getting a young secondary guy as well. But I think we're going to go with Mr. Lorenzo Young, helping beef up our offensive line. Hidden development, 82 acceleration, 72 agility, 95 strength, and 71 speed. That's a big boy right there. And we're going to take Will Gills, 90 strength, 78 speed as a left end, 85 acceleration, an absolute monster, 316 as well, and 78 speed. Oh boy. And for our final second round pick, we are going to go with Randall Darney, maybe the guy to replace Lyle Collins, 84 strength, 75 acceleration, 72 agility. I don't think that's a bad pick with a second round pick. With a third-round pick, we're going to take another center. Again, I don't think it's going to hurt beefing up our offensive line. We got a solid another corner, Isaiah Moody, 92 acceleration, 84 agility, 93 change of direction, 91 speed, and 89 jumping. Again, this is a very strong DB class. We're going to go wide receiver. This guy is more, I think, of a development project. He's 6'1", 89 speed, 83 jumping, 83 jumping, 86 change of direction, 88 agility, 91 acceleration. To me, he is a young guy that may not have the best hands, but he can work with the veterans in that wide receiver room. Again, don't think it's terrible value for a third-round pick. How about this? In the fourth round, we get Mark Gilmore, a 23-year-old 5'9" back, 92 speed, 87 jumping, 91 acceleration, 89 agility, 83 change of direction. That's a steal. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we made the best decision taking Brent Skinner. He's an 84 overall. He would be our corner number 2 anyways. So now he's our corner 2, which is very, very huge. Very, very glad we traded Jalen Johnson away. Pat Barry is a 79 overall. Again, very, very glad we traded up to get him from the Packers, Lorenzo Young, 74. I'll take that. Will Gillis, 74. I'll take that. Randall, 73 at tackle. Not terrible. 70 offensive lineman. I'll take that. How about a 68 overall corner? Again, take that. 69 overall wide receiver. Not too bad. In the fourth round, we got a 70 overall back. Not terrible. And then a 69 overall in the sixth round and a couple of 66 overalls. Again, not too terrible. So yeah, it was the clear cut. We got the top overall guy with Brent Skinner. Brandon Wilkerson was an 81. And then we got Pat Barry. So we got 2 of the top 3 best overall players in this entire class. Logan, who went first overall, 78, not terrible. Shepard, not too bad at the 24th pick. This was a very, very deep corner class, for sure. As when is the next quarterback taken? Danny St. Louis. Green Bay got their quarterback with the 23rd overall pick, 74 overall. But other than that, and then 73 overall, Chris Bolton. So we really got away with getting Mr. Barry, because he is, as it seems, like a gem. In terms of second round, we could have got Jacoby Burge. I really wanted Jacoby Burge, but to me, I wanted to beef up the both lines, like offense and whatnot. So, like, as much as I would love Jacoby Burge, to me, he wasn't a necessity. We had enough guys. I mean, he probably would be like 3rd, 4th string right now. And Nelson Calhoun was an absolute gem at 77 overall. He definitely would have been our starting tight end. But it is what it is. You're going to find guys that are going to be good, some not. Like, look at the secondary, man. You got a lot of studs. Like, did we get the best overall guys? Probably not. But to me, as, we look, we got 2 defensive linemen and then a young tackle. To me, that's not terrible. Third round, Derek Baker and Moody are pretty solid guys. I'm very pleased with Mark Gilmore. That's a great pickup in the 4th round. That is an excellent pickup. It's not Tony Donaldson great, but hey, it's pretty good. In terms of the 5th round, like Matt Anthony, he's a steal. 7th, 6th round, we were up there. And then 7th round, yeah. So overall, I can't complain about this draft. So to end the episode, we have Pat Barry, Zach Wilson, and of course Ryan Eisen in the quarterback room. We have Elijah Mitchell, Jamario Matthews, Mark Gilmore, and Josh Thomas in the running back room. Jamario Marion, wide receiver room, Brandon Cooks, Chenault Jr., Quez Watkins, Trey Palmer, Evan Carnage, Joe Winkler, Derek Baker, Cardell McClain, just a lot of wide receivers. Julian Roots, Hunter Long, Tristan Wirtz, and then we got Tyler Church with Cody, Trevor Urban, Jonathan Hutchins, James Daniels, Lyle Collins, Randall Darren. And in terms of pass rush, Will Gillis, Kainsey, Moses Pinckney, the second-year guy. Defensive tackles, we got some good guys like Lorenzo Young. Like he could, I'll probably cut Justin Jones and start Lorenzo Young. Then Christian Posey, Benjamin Aldridge, Devin White, Levante David. And then look at that, he's already corner number 2. Kendrick Parrish, Brent Skinner, Jamal Dean, Michael Carter II, Jimmy McCray, Isaiah Mooney, and then we have Antonio Winfield Jr., Eddie Jackson, Marcus May, a rookie kicker or a second-year kicker, and then Ryan Stonehouse. So next episode, I will kind of preview, show highlights of the preseason, and then go from there. But until next video, you guys have a good one. Peace.